Have you ever met someone who just walks into a room, says a few words, and suddenly everyone seems drawn to them? It's not about looks, fame, or money. It's something invisible, something powerful. And today, I'll show you the secret behind that kind of presence. The 4 words that can change how people see you forever. We live in a world obsessed with attraction. Everyone wants to be noticed. Everyone wants to stand out. But in chasing attention, most people push it away. They talk too much, try too hard, and end up looking desperate for approval. The Stoics, though, they knew a different path. They understood that attraction isn't about chasing people. It's about drawing them in without trying. So, what are these 4 words that can unlock that quiet power? Imagine this. You're talking to someone who keeps interrupting you, trying to impress you. They talk over you, brag, and make everything about themselves. You start feeling bored, maybe even annoyed. But then someone else joins the conversation. They don't try to outshine anyone. They just listen. When they finally speak, they say something simple, calm, and confident. Tell me about yourself. 4 simple words. Yet those words do what confidence, money, and looks can't. They open a door into another person's world. They make people feel seen, respected, and safe to be themselves. That's the secret most people miss. Attraction isn't about showing how great you are. It's about making others feel great when they're around you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you think only about yourself, how you look, how you sound, how others see you, you send out a color that repels people. But when your thoughts shift toward others, when you truly want to understand them, your presence becomes magnetic. Tell me about yourself works because it does 3 things instantly. First, it breaks ego. Most people walk into a room trying to be the most interesting person there. But when you ask someone about themselves, you show you're not fighting for the spotlight. You're giving it away. And paradoxically, that's what makes you stand out. People are tired of those who shout to be heard. They crave those who listen. Second, it creates trust. When you give someone your attention, genuine attention you're telling them, you matter. In a world where everyone is trying to be noticed, being the one who notices is rare, and rarity is powerful. Third, it shows emotional intelligence. Stoics taught that self-control is strength, calmness is mastery. When you choose to listen rather than impress, you show that you're in control of yourself. That quiet control is deeply attractive because it's rooted in peace, not need. Think about it. When you meet someone who truly listens, you feel calm, you feel respected, you feel understood. That's how real attraction works. Not by trying to pull people toward you, but by allowing them to lean in willingly. Now maybe you're thinking, that sounds too simple, but that's the beauty of it. The Stoics loved simplicity. They believed the simplest truths are often the most powerful. Let me give you an example. There's a man, let's call him Daniel. Daniel used to struggle in social situations. He would try to be funny, try to talk more, try to make people like him. But he always felt like he was trying too hard. One day he came across a line from Epictetus. "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Something clicked. Daniel stopped chasing attention. He started focusing on understanding others instead. Whenever he met someone new, instead of trying to impress, he'd simply say, "Tell me about yourself." At first it felt awkward, but then something strange happened. People began opening up. They laughed more, relaxed more, and remembered him. Not because he said something impressive, but because he made them feel impressive. Soon his quiet confidence drew people in. Friends began trusting him. Strangers felt comfortable around him. He became magnetic, not by doing more, but by doing less. That's what Stoic attraction is. It's not a performance, it's presence. There's another layer to those 4 words. When you say, "Tell me about yourself," you're not just starting a conversation. You're making a statement. I'm not here to compete with you. I'm here to understand you. And people can feel that. Because attraction isn't just about chemistry, it's about energy. When you give people calm, grounded energy, they respond with openness. When you give them chaos and neediness, they pull away. The Stoics practiced this in their own way. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When we imagine people are judging us, rejecting us, or not liking us, we tense up. That tension makes us act strange, defensive, fake, or anxious. But when you approach others with stillness and curiosity, you remove that fear. You replace it with genuine connection. Now, those 4 words, tell me about yourself, are powerful. But they only work if you mean them. You can't fake curiosity. You can't pretend to care while waiting for your turn to talk. You have to listen, really listen. And here's something most people don't realize. Listening is an act of strength, not weakness. In a world where everyone is shouting, listening is rebellion. It shows patience, control, and awareness, all Stoic virtues. Let's take another real-life moment. Imagine you're on a date. Most people go in thinking, I hope they like me. That's already the wrong mindset. A Stoic would think, I hope I understand this person better, because understanding creates connection, and connection builds attraction. You see, attraction is not about getting someone to like you. It's about allowing them to see your peace and wanting to be part of it. When you're calm, grounded, and focused on the other person, you radiate something rare. You become a safe place. And in today's noisy world, that's irresistible. Let's expand this idea further. Tell me about yourself is just one example. The real power is in the intention behind it. The Stoic mindset of curiosity and humility. When you speak less, observe more, and listen deeply, you learn faster. You understand people better. You stop chasing surface-level validation and start building real bonds. You become the person who doesn't need to prove anything, because your silence already speaks volumes. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." That means instead of judging or trying to control how others see you, focus on what you can control, your own presence. When you master that, attraction becomes effortless. Let's make this practical. Next time you're talking to someone, a friend, a date, a co-worker, slow down. Don't rush to talk about yourself. Don't fill silence with noise. Just look them in the eye and ask, "Tell me about yourself." Then let them speak. You'll notice something magical. They'll relax. They'll smile. They'll feel drawn to you, not because of your looks or your charm, but because of your peace. That's Stoic attraction in action. And over time, people will start to describe you in ways that surprise you. They'll say you have a calm energy, that they feel good when they're around you, that you're easy to talk to. But here's the secret truth. You didn't change to impress them. You changed to understand them. Because Stoicism isn't about getting what you want. It's about becoming someone who no longer needs to chase. When you stop chasing attention, attention chases you. When you stop forcing connection, connection finds you. When you stop trying to be loved, love comes naturally. That's the paradox of attraction. It grows strongest when you stop grasping for it. So the next time you're around people, remember these 4 words. They're more than just words. They're a way of life. A way of seeing people not as tools for your validation, but as souls to understand. Tell me about yourself. That's how you turn conversations into connections. That's how you transform silence into trust. That's how you attract anyone, not with tricks, not with games, but with presence. Because real attraction isn't loud. It's quiet. It's calm. It's grounded in peace. And peace is magnetic. So try it. The next time you meet someone, don't rush to impress. Just ask those 4 words. Watch what happens. Feel how the energy shifts. And remember, every person you meet wants the same thing: to be understood. When you give them that gift, they won't forget you. With that said, if this message resonated with you, if it reminded you of what true connection feels like, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every week. Because calm confidence isn't just learned, it's practiced. And every moment you choose to listen, you grow stronger in silence. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.